Hello and welcome to all my dear parents. Good morning. I hope you all are safe. Today I will start with the first chapter of civics, that is Fundamental Rights Part 1. So kindly open your textbook to page number 76 and be ready. Fundamental rights. Okay, what is fundamental rights? I'll tell you first. Fundamental rights are those rights which are important for intellectual, moral, and spiritual development of every citizen of India. All these rights are fundamental, or maybe it is important, you can also say is as essential for all round development of individual, and that is why it is called as fundamental rights. These rights are stated in the article 12 to 35 of the Constitution of India. Now, these rights includes rights to common to most, such as equality before the law, freedom of speech and freedom of expression, religious or cultural freedom, freedom of assembling at one place or peaceful assembly, freedom of religion, right to constitutional remedy, for the protection of civil rights. Okay, there are many rights. So let us see what are these rights and what it is given in your textbook. See what are rights. What we are going to study is what are rights. Right to equality, right to liberty, right against exploitation. This is all we are going to study. So when you open your textbook to page number 76, you see this picture on the top. Okay, just below the topic. The children, the school children, are having the rights, that is educational right. Education is a right, that is what they mean to say. The employee over there, he says we must get the assurance of minimum wages. It is our right, that is minimum wages means whatever they work, whatever they put up their hard work in, they should get at least minimum amount which is required. Okay, and now these ladies were standing there, they say that we have a right over our forest and its resources. Yes, these are the tribal people, the scheduled tribe people. They are asking, as they are living in the forest, they are saying or they are asking for the rights, that is the forest is their resources, it's our resource, it's a over a forest and its resources. Okay, so they're asking for the resources of forest are their rights. Okay, this is all what is given in the picture. So everyone is asking, every from the small child to the women to the men of the society have their rights, and that is what these rights are stated in our Constitution of India. Let us see. We must have seen such placards in newspapers and elsewhere. In a rally or a march, sometimes a certain demand is made, ascertaining to their rights. We get right at birth. Every newborn baby has a right to live. So it says that from the time you are born, you are amended to the rights. You have the right to live. Okay, as you move forward, you all have the right, and that is why you have seen people fighting for their rights. Right now also you will see some of the news channels also displaying about the rights which is asked in our society. So rallies marched, the demands are being said, and that is what you can see people holding the placards, placards in the news channels, or you see in the newspaper, you see people holding and asking for their rights. So the entire society and government takes effort to ensure that the baby is in the best of health. Only when all individuals get protected from injustice, exploitation, discrimination, and deprivation will they be able to develop their skills and quality. Only if you are protected from injustice laws, exploitation, discrimination, which happened in the past, centuries ago. So only if we are away from all these things, then only we can develop the skills and the qualities of every individual. Demanding one's right is insisting on creating an atmosphere conducive to the development of the self as well as the entire society. So this is only if you have this rights given to the citizens, then only possible for every individual to develop, and development in the society is also accepted. So so let us see. The Indian Constitution has guaranteed equal right to all citizens in order to create this conducive atmosphere. So our Constitution has guaranteed equal right to all the citizens so that we have a good atmosphere. These rights are fundamental rights. As they are included in the Constitution, they have the status of law. These rights are in our Constitution, and that is why it has the status of law. It is imperative for everybody to abide by these rights. It is very important for everybody to abide by these rights. Okay, the first right. So rights are mentioned in the Constitution. Let us understand the rights of Indian citizens which are included in our Constitution. Before that, you see on page number 77, you will see a box. Use your imagination and write. Do you have a pet animal like dogs, cats, cow, buffaloes or goats? You surely take good care of them and love them. If these animals could speak, what rights do you think they would ask from you? So these are your imagination, and you can write it down in a sheet and you can attach to your file. So let us see the Constitution, the laws, the rights which are mentioned in our Constitution. The first right, that is right to equality. So according to the right to equality, the state cannot discriminate among citizens as superior, inferior, or as men, women, and cannot give different treatments or privileges to anybody. So according to the laws, that everybody is treated as one. You cannot discriminate anyone or any citizen, inferior or superior, based on how they are, or you cannot discriminate among the citizens as they are men and women, and you also cannot treat them differently or give them privileges according to their status. The same law applies equally to all. Many laws give us protection. For example, we have protection from arrest without warrant. Also, the state cannot discriminate while extending such protection. What other things are included in right to equality? The state cannot discriminate against any citizens on ground of religion, caste, race, sex, descent or place of birth or residence for government employment. So here, if you are whether you are from any caste or religion, or you belong to any place wherever you are born, you have the right to stay wherever you are. The inhuman practices of untouchability that was prevalent in our country has been abolished by law. The untouchability practices which were going on from many centuries in India, even the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and the father of modern India, Raja Mohan Roy, had fought for this practices the which was practiced in the past, that is untouchability was practiced in the past. People were abolished by this law, and they were given a right to live, and this practices were taken out. Right to equality, you can see the article 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18 of the Constitution of India says that you cannot practice this inhuman practice of untouchability on the people. The practice of untouchability is in any form is a cognizable offense. This practice had been abolished in order to establish equality in Indian society. The constitution also has abolished titles that create an artificial hierarchies among people. For example, titles like Raja, Maharaj, Rao Bahadur, etc. have been abolished. So people is to judge or treat each other according to the title which were given earlier, like Raja, Maharaj, then Rao Bahadur. So all this is abolished and removed from the society, so that no such treatments will be given people based on the status or religion or caste or place of birth. No such treatments. Everyone, you, me, everyone around us has a equal status and equal treatment, whether you are a boy, whether you are a girl, or whether you belong to any society, whether you are poor, whether you are rich. You cannot be treated inferior or superior based on any of this quality. So we all have the right of a right to equality. We are treated one. We have all the rights what which is stated in our constitution. So no such discrimination is done based on the ground of religion, caste, race, sex, or place of birth or residence. Okay, so no treatment is given, and the title of hierarchies which is among people which was built earlier is also abolished. So let us see the next one. Okay, the right to liberty. This is very important right given by the constitution. It gives a guarantee of all the freedom necessary from the point of view of the individual, such as freedom of speech and expression, freedom to assemble peaceably, freedom to form association or unions, freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India, freedom to freedom to reside or settle in any part of the territory of India, freedom to practice any lawful professions or to carry on any occupation, trade, or business of one choice. Okay, these are the rights. If you see freedom of speech and expression, everyone has a right to express themselves, and you can put your opinion towards it. So freedom of assembling peaceably. If you see of the farmers are protesting against the government and asking for their rights, so they are assembled at Delhi peacefully. They have assembled, and in the past also, if you go to see the non-cooperation movement, which was non-cooperation movement, or you see satyagraha form was also led by Mahatma Gandhi. That is that is a right. We can assemble peacefully anywhere, and also freedom of association. People can form groups and unions, and you also have a right to move from one territory, from one place to another within India. And also you can settle down in different parts. Whether you are born in Mumbai, you can go and settle down in any part of the country. That is, you can settle down in Gujarat, you can settle down in Delhi, you can settle down in Kerala, you can settle down in Assam. That is, you have the right to move and reside in any part of the country. Also, freedom of practice of any lawful profession or to carry on any occupation, trade, or business of your choice. So you can also practice any lawful profession which is legal, okay, which is recognized by the government. You can practice this profession, and also uh, you can work in any occupation, whichever occupation you want to work. You can trade, or you can have your business of your own choice. That is on you. So kindly read this for yourself. That is, do you know the constitution has given us many rights, but we have to exercise this responsibly. Very good. So we have many rights, but we have to exercise this responsibly. We should take care that others do not get affected by our behavior. Okay, by your behavior, no one should get affected. We have the freedom of expression, but we cannot speak or write anything that might incite anybody to violence. We have freedom of expression, we just call speech and expression, but your opinion or your thoughts should not hurt anyone's sentiments. That can lead to violence, and that is why you should use this right in a correct way. So, exercise this responsibly. Now we have freedom, the right to liberty is continued. The right to liberty in the constitution has guaranteed us the freedom of speech and movement, and it has also provided us security to keep us safe. This legal protection has been given to everybody equally. It is not denied to anybody. For example, we all have a right to life. It appears to be simple, but it has a deep significance. It implies getting a guarantee to live, availability of conducive environment for living. The right against exploitation implies the right prevents exploitation. While the Constitution has banned all the type of oppressions through the right against exploitation, it has made a special provision to prevent the exploitation of children. So, accordingly, it is prohibited to employ children under 14 years of age in hazardous places. Children cannot be employed or made to work in factories and mines. So, here I am telling you, we have the freedom of movement, and we have the security which is provided to us by the Constitution so that we be safe. The legal protection has been given to everybody equally. So, we cannot deny of this right. We have the right to live, we have a right to life, but if you go to see, there are some countries where living is just for the sake of living. They do not have peaceful living. So when our constitution gives us so many rights, we should use it in a proper way, responsibly. So nobody can take away another's life. You cannot take anybody's life. uh, at the same time, the children are here given the rights, and they are prohibited to employ. They cannot work under 14 years of age in anywhere, any places, because uh, they are given to they are given the right to study. Exploitations included bonded labors or forcing somebody to work against his or her wish, treating somebody like a slave, denying them legitimate compensation, making them do excessive work, or starving them or ill treating them. Generally, women and children are the weaker section of the society, and powerless people are exploited. These rights enabled us to stand up against any kind of exploitation. So we all have these rights, and no one can exploit us. No person can exploit us. That is what they have said. We have the right to equality, we have right to freedom, right to liberty. So we nobody can exploit us against all this as a exploit us. So exploitation include forcing somebody to work against their wish, or treating someone like a slave, denying them by paying the compensation, or ill treating them or beating them. Especially it happens with the weaker section of the society. The weaker section of the society are nobody but the women and the children, because they are powerless people. That is why they exploit it more. And this kind of rights enables us to stand up against any kind of exploitation. So let's discuss. Children are not employed here. Workers are paid daily here. You see such boards in shops and hotels. In what way are they related to the above right in the constitution? Because if they are uh, forced to work over, the children are working over there, or the workers are not paid good, there can be an action taken by the government, and the hotel can be banned, or the shop can be banned. So ban on child labor is child labor, so that the children are not forced to work, but they all have the right to study. So the right of education, all children between 6 to 14 years of age are entitled to get education as a fundamental right. This ensures that no child will be deprived of education. So girls, you can read this. Let's discuss about this. The government has made many laws in order to prevent exploitation, and to enable every individual enjoy their freedom. Some laws have been mentioned below. Find out or find if there are more such laws and discuss them. The Minimum Wages Act, provisions related to working hours, rest hours, etc. in factories, protection of women from domestic violence, etc. So kindly find out about all this, and try to find out the question answers also by yourself. So in this chapter we have studied the right to liberty and equality, and the right against exploitation also. In the next chapter we shall study more about fundamental rights in the constitution. Till then, take care of yourself and keep studying.